Turning our monitors to the White House now, President Trump welcomed Russian detainee Marc Fogel after senior administration officials negotiated his release yesterday. While the president did not share the terms of this release, he seemingly hinted at conversations with President Putin about the war in Ukraine. Take a listen to some of those remarks.
I think this could be the very important element. You could be a big part of it, actually, because it could be a big, important part of getting the war over with Ukraine. And we appreciate President Putin's what he did. He was able to pull it off for you, right? He was able to pull it off. We think, and you're here, and you're here, so it was great. We'll tell you a little bit more about it tomorrow, but I think we've made great progress on the war also. Getting the war, I want to get the war ended.
And joining us again today, I was going to say this morning, but I know it's noon in D.C. at this point. So CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes, she's joining us. And Nancy, Trump remains tight-lipped about these negotiations, but he hinted to several announcements he wants to make today, including a second potential prisoner release. Do we have any idea about who that could be?
We do not, and we have been asking. We've been asking the White House. We've been asking Stephen Witkoff, his special envoy, who was actually the one who took his own private plane to go get Marc Fogel and bring him back to the United States. And no one has told us who that second prisoner might be and even where they're being held. Are they being held in Russia or are they being held somewhere else? So we're still waiting for those details and still trying to figure out, frankly, Mugo, how this all came together in the first place. As you pointed out, yes, President Trump seemed to suggest that he had worked closely with Vladimir Putin to make this happen, but he hasn't really said to what extent. His advisors have been pretty tight-lipped as well. Stephen Witkoff, again, his special envoy, said that MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, was involved, perhaps brokering this deal. It's unclear what his role was and why he got involved. So there's still a lot of unanswered questions that we'll hope to get some more clarity on at the White House press briefing today. And perhaps even be able to ask the president about this as well if he speaks to reporters today.
And Nancy, sources tell CBS News USAID Inspector General Paul Martin was fired by the White House on Tuesday. What more do we know about this?
So this is a very interesting situation. You might recall a couple of weeks ago that a whole swath of about 18 inspectors general were fired all on the same Friday night. No reason given. These are the individuals at each of the agencies who really act as watchdogs within that agency to root out waste, fraud, and abuse, the kinds of things that the Trump administration has said are very important to them. This particular IG was still on the job. He was not removed. He was at USAID, and he put out a pretty scathing report on Monday detailing the fact that these massive cuts that have taken place so quickly at USAID had actually put about $500 million worth of food assistance for other countries at risk of spoiling in warehouses and at ports. So, in other words, he pointed to a great deal of waste that was taking place because of some of these cuts. Within 24 hours, he was fired by the Trump administration. They didn't tell him why. He got a 2-sentence email informing him that he would no longer be on the job.
All right, Nancy Cordes, thank you so much for your reporting today.